What's going on, man?
Yo, what's good, Money? How you been?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. Still the mid-season right here.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the Money and Veli podcast. I'm your co-host, Veli.
And I'm your co-host, Money.
Yes, sir. Back again, coming through with episode 10.
Yep, episode 10. Bonds between stocks and cryptos. Or the other way around, cryptos and stocks. Yeah, man. We're going, into more detail on how these two markets, are related. We said it in previous episode before, talking to the newcomers here and also the people that's been watching it. But at the same time, we're going to be going more of like why that is, instead of just mentioning it. And it starts with partnerships, which I'm gonna go into so y'all can see what I mean. So I'm gonna use Ripple as an example because Ripple made a crypto called XRP. All right, and then so Ripple has, I'm gonna start with what Ripple is. Ripple is a blockchain software company, a software payments company. And then they have a partnership with all 100 banks, or probably over 100 banks. But they got partnerships with a whole bunch of central banks, around the world, because Ripple is pretty global. So they have offices literally around the world, and they're working on Canada right now too, as we speak. But and then they have a crypto called XRP, which the banks are going to be using, to help their payments, be faster, settle faster, and with cheaper fees too, because they're going to be building off that XRPL blockchain. So that's what it's going to be. That's part of what Ripple's going to be doing, but a big part at that. So I'm gonna go in on the how that partnerships affect certain stocks, because Ripple doesn't have a stock yet, but they got a crypto called XRP. So how does that affect part of the market? Because that the bank's stock is going to go up, and then along with these other payment companies like MoneyGram, because MoneyGram's a payment company, a cross-border payment company at that too, where you want to send out some money to somebody to another country, if somebody coming from Spain or Mexico, and they in the United States, they working in the United States, and they're using that money to send their parents some money or some other family member some money. Then they're doing it through that MoneyGram app. Now, MoneyGram, they had the app, I believe about 4 years ago. They had the app. They still had the app, and then you put in your information, and then you type in you're sending dollars, down to Mexico to this certain person, but you're verifying it on the app. And then you still had to go to a line wherever MoneyGram was located, within your area. You had to wait in a line to talk to an agent and then tell them that you're sending the money there to, verify it. Then the money gets sent down there, but you don't have to do it like that no more. So now they have an app where you can just send that money to their Visa card. So now you see how payments, are getting faster, especially with the cross-border payments, because, they're real slow with the old system, which I'm going to go into later. But anyway, MoneyGram stock was dying. It was under $3. Now, when the Ripple partnership came, they bought their stock, and then they let them, test out their, their XRP and stuff. They let them test out their product. So MoneyGram stock, went back to $3. Then it went to $6. Then ended up being, $10 or close to it, ever since the Ripple partnership. But Ripple went their separate ways, so MoneyGram won't really test their product no more. But you see how that partnership kind of affected it. So now it gets even deeper, because now they're when Ripple quote unquote left MoneyGram, which I don't believe in my opinion. I mean, I still think there's a partnership there and they still got their shares in it, but I'm gonna just go by the articles. So when Ripple quote unquote left MoneyGram, then Stellar came in. And Stellar is another blockchain payments company, but focused more on the unbanked. That instead of like all these big banks and big institutions, like Ripple is, but they're more focused on the unbanked. So MoneyGram is kind of perfect for them. So now they have a partnership with MoneyGram, and MoneyGram is already global too. So Stellar is another blockchain payments type of company, and the guy who the guy that had a Stellar and who made XLM, because that's the currency too, XLM. He used to work for Ripple too, in the development of XRP before he left. So that's the connection there. So when you see Ripple, you're gonna be seeing a lot of Stellar too. But other than that, Stellar partnered with MoneyGram, and MoneyGram now MoneyGram is still in the green, and also they're getting more advanced too, because now they're using Stellar's blockchain, and there's a stable coin called USDC that MoneyGram is going to be using. So people is going to be sending a stable coin at that too, and then their payments is going to be faster. It's not going to take 30 minutes for like somebody to get your payment, from across the world. It could take 3 minutes or 3 seconds, especially with XLM, because if y'all look at XRP and what XLM can do, yeah, they can settle fast with less fees, and then MoneyGram is going to be using that chain. But other than that, in my opinion, the stocks are going to go up. This is just my opinion, not financial advice. But that MoneyGram is still in the green, though. Still $10 from where it was not too long ago.
That's pretty good considering the situation we are in the markets right now.
Yeah, especially after all these crashes too, and it's still same price and still in the green. So that's what I mean by partnerships. Like these companies, with the crypto background, and then how they partner with other companies, got them using crypto, and now the stock is going up. So which I mean, like the relationship between cryptos and stocks starting with a partnership. And then there's more examples of that too. IBM is going to be doing IBM stock, in my opinion, is going to go up too, because like when crypto and blockchain is going up, like I said in the earlier episodes, blockchain is the core technology, within crypto, it's made from blockchain. So, and then IBM, is getting into blockchain also, and they partner with Stellar too. And then they have a relationship with a lot of banks using their stuff.
So it's like basically the significance of all these partnerships that we're trying to make is, again, cryptos is really coming into the forefront. It's going to start becoming almost a normal thing now. I wouldn't say it has, but it really is going to become a normal thing. The fact that they're partnering with these banks, they're partnering with IBM, they're trying to become a common household name. Like it's going to become a normal thing. How like MoneyGram was normal, even using Cash App or PayPal. It's going to become normal, like those companies eventually in the future, slowly but surely. Even now, so you're starting to hear more about crypto commercials and other things. They're starting to come in the forefront. This is the significance of the partnerships we're talking about. Like, yes, they're on the back end. You don't hear too much about it, but that's how a lot of things starts. It starts in the back and then slowly comes to the front.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, I mean, for real, whether you get into one market or, you get into the other, you don't have to get into both, but you can like literally like research a different market, and then it can help you, in the market that you're in right now. Like you researching cryptos can help you come across a good stock, basically.
Exactly. And even speaking of that, a lot of companies are starting to accept cryptos. I know we slightly touched on this before in past episodes, But like I'll give you like some examples of like certain companies that are accepting cryptos, and I don't mean necessarily as in a partnership, as Money was saying earlier. I'm saying as companies are accepting cryptos as a payment instead of using money, or just using money. You use crypto as the currency. Like one PayPal, you can use cryptos as a checkout from PayPal. I think they accept Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, of course. Most companies, if they accept cryptos, Bitcoin is always going to be like number one. That's going to be the very first one. They don't accept any other crypto. They will Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the biggest one. It's the most known one. It's the most one. So Bitcoin is always going to be there. As far as companies accepting cryptos, they will at least have Bitcoin. I'm not necessarily sure. Like, say for instance, for Target, I can't go into Target physically and probably use Bitcoin. No, it's not gonna work. Per se, I can do that, but go there and use Bitcoin. Travala, they accept cryptocurrencies. They Ethereum, Dogecoin, and of course, what'd you say?
Tezos.
Yeah, Tezos. They accept Cardano too. So that's like 5 different cryptocurrencies for Travala. And this is kind of like a major move too, because Travala deals with traveling airlines, traveling different countries, traveling overseas. They're kind of stretching their hands. It's a pretty good play. They're stretching their hands across the world by doing this, by accepting cryptocurrencies, different cryptocurrencies through Travala. You got other people from other countries that might want to purchase plane tickets through their site or another state. So you kind of reaching your hands everywhere. So that's a pretty smart move from Travala. Another place would be AT&T. Who would have thought, our phone carriers, AT&T, they accept cryptocurrency. I'm not sure exactly which ones. Of course, there's always going to be Bitcoins in there. And some of them, they don't accept cryptocurrencies directly. They usually do it through a third party. And I think AT&T, they're using BitPay as their third party processor. I think they announced this back in 2019. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was definitely before COVID. So they accept it. And everybody's favorite coffee place, Starbucks, they accept cryptocurrency. Again, through another third party. I can't remember which one, but they accept it as well. So a lot of these companies are accepting cryptocurrencies as a payment. That should say something. Even Wawa, was it Wawa's or Sheets? I can't remember which one was accepting Dogecoin as a payment during the whole Dogecoin hype. I mean, yeah, it's died down, but that payment is still accepted as certain real across the country.
I read about AMC talking about accepting payments in Dogecoin.
Oh yeah, that's right. I completely forgot AMC.
So, and that's the stock everybody's trying to buy too at that AMC. Yeah, that's all we're hearing about AMC.
And what's funny, even I think I read an article a little earlier that Walmart and Amazon were looking for they put up a job posting for digital currency product managers. So in the near future, they're trying to find some way to accept cryptocurrency as well, as far as everyday purchases.
And that's what he meant by, it's becoming a normal thing too, with these places, that we come across a lot too. It's just slowly getting there, but surely you'll see it. And then that's how like crypto is going to be here for a while.
Exactly. Even even Gucci, the Gucci store is accepting Bitcoin, but that doesn't apply to us. We're not rich.
Like, yeah, we're not rich. Like we always say at the end that we're not rich.
Like walk the Gucci store, I'm gonna use Bitcoin. I ain't got my card on me today. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's for more like the Floyd Mayweathers, and the Elon Musks and all that.
Bro, why'd you put that asshole in the Musks?
It's like basically, that like more than one celebrity or a rich person. So yeah, people, in the upper class, do all that. I mean, good idea for Richard Hart. He most likely still holding his Bitcoin.
And another thing to add on to that as well, I know a lot of us, we look at it as, they're rich, they're in a different world than us. We don't necessarily have to pay attention to what they do. To a certain extent, you actually do got to pay attention to what they do, because they're the ones that make the first moves. They're the ones that knows what's going on. So what they do affects us, and not even affects us. It's kind of tell us kind of what's going on. Because a lot of news we get on when certain things happen, they already knew beforehand, whether it was a few days earlier, a few weeks, or even a month beforehand. They know what's going on in the dark before it comes to the light. So when you see them move, you have to pay attention, because they're the ones that have money. They're the ones that's making this money somehow. They're the ones that's successful. So wouldn't it make sense to watch and pay attention to a successful person? So watch and pay attention to not all celebrities, but big time businesses or influential people like Elon Musk or Floyd Mayweather or just other people, Bill Gates. Kind of watch what they do and see what they're doing.
Yeah, just like people was watching Warren Buffett when he was buying a whole bunch of Bank of America stock, and also this other bank too. I can't remember, but yeah, definitely Bank of America. People was making videos like saying like how they found a Ripple patent within Bank of America also. They had a Ripple patent, and then so Warren Buffett, is in the stocks. He's just gonna get the benefits of that. Just buying a whole bunch of Bank of America stock. So like if XRP end up making that stock higher, like it did MoneyGram, he could just do that. That's his way of investing in crypto indirectly.
All right. And there's another instance too. I think again, I'm gonna go back to Bill Gates. There was a few other ones. I think Jeff Bezos was a part of it too. There was a third person. I can't remember who it was, but I remember telling you about this last year. I think around in the West near Texas and all those states, Bill Gates, Bezos, and somebody else, and I think a couple other people were buying up farmland and real estate land over there at a massive pace. So I dove in it a little bit. I didn't get too much information from it because not too much was known. But just the fact they were buying up farmland, massive amounts of farmland, a lot of land, kind of set off a red flag for me. So I don't know what they're planning on doing in the future or what they got going on, but I know they're doing something. There's a reason for them buying up this farmland. I don't know. They don't create more companies down there, or maybe they don't create their own farms. That way they can have ownership as far in the market, as far as consumable goods. So I'm not sure what they're doing, but it was kind of like I want to say a challenge, but a competition between them buying up land. All of them were buying up land down there, and it was slowly moving towards the east, around the Texas area, and a few other states surrounding those in the west. So this is what I mean. Pay attention to what they do. They have things behind the scenes, not necessarily bad things, but they work in the dark. They're doing something. Pay attention to them.
Yeah, definitely. Because it set off red flags for me too. And then another thing, like these people that are up there, even if they're not celebrities, like they still have a lot of money and power. They probably have an alias or something, disguised as people, like warning us about certain things, and then and which they did years ago, and the public don't know about it, and YouTubers, just now finding it. Like I remember I told you about that letter.
Yeah.
Kendra Hill, because that ain't even her real name. She claims she had a family of investment bankers, and they, giving her XRP. Of course, we're talking about XRP again when when she's more, responsible, for a reason at that too. And then she's revealing all, these Ripple secrets and what they plan on really doing. Like one of the things targeting the derivatives market, which makes sense anyway. But at the same time, she mentioned in there that, oh yeah, stocks are here. I mean, no, cryptos are here to stay. And Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs are going to be taking over, which is actually pretty much our next topic right there. Is like, now cryptos are becoming ETFs too. So, like, how does that work? So yeah, I heard about Grayscale, right? How they got into Bitcoin and then they got into Ethereum.
No, they haven't heard about Grayscale because they haven't heard about I never hear about it. So you forget most of them newcomers, man.
Oh yeah, newcomers. but anyway, if you end up finding like Bitcoin ETFs and Ethereum ETFs, then that's why, and you can get to them through the Fidelity app. Because I've seen it on there. The Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. So you're getting like you still be getting like the price action, somewhat of Ethereum and Bitcoin. You're just not going to be owning the coins themselves. So you're not going to have like that same possession, but at the same time, you can benefit from, the price action of both of those, through the stock market, buying those ETFs off these stock exchanges like Fidelity. And then, so yeah, they do exist. And then this was like a year or two ago when I looked at it, but now, they got more crypto ETFs. Like Grayscale got like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Decentraland, like what I talked about in previous episodes, and Bitcoin Cash, and several other cryptos too. Well, now crypto ETFs. So now you can do invest in crypto indirectly. You still want to get into it, but like I don't know if I want to put my money, like risk buying these coins. Let me just still stick with the stock market, but buy these ETFs. So that's where you can now you see how you can get bounce from one market to another. How they slowly coming together.
Right, because those stock markets got ETFs.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, stock markets got ETFs, and then it's the other way around too. Now you can dive into the stock market through the crypto market because there's a thing called like stock tokenization. Like so, if you read about it and you see tokenizing stocks, that's what they mean. Like stocks becoming cryptos. Now I know y'all asking like how does a crypto become a stock, or how does a stock become a coin? So it is a coin. It acts like a crypto or acts like an actual token, but it's still considered a stock because you own a share of the company. That's what it is. A stock is a share of the company. You just have it in crypto form, and then you have more possession of it because now when you hold cryptos, when you store cryptos, you hold in your own keys. Supposedly, not everybody holds their own keys, but that's what you're supposed to do. Like if you want to be more secure, just to give you that information, but you still own more. You can still own more possession of your share. And companies that are helping doing that is Sologenics and Mobius. So like when I went on a Sologenics website, I saw they had Tesla. I even seen some cannabis stocks like you can get on there, from that crypto exchange. And then with Mobius, they got something called Passfolio. So with the Passfolio thing, they making it easier, for other countries to get these stocks and stuff like around the world. They're making it easier, but now they tokenizing stocks at the same time. It's called Mobius, and yes, they got their own crypto too. And Sologenics got their own crypto too. It's called Solo, and right off the XRP ledger. Mobius is off the from the XLM, from the Stellar blockchain. Now that brings us back. Ripple and Stellar. Now you see that similarities.
No, another similarity I see.
What?
Yeah, I want to be just like stocks. At first, yeah, Y'all got ETF, stock tokenization, options. Y'all greedy. Now y'all just want to take over.
Yeah. We're trying to engulf every market possible.
Oh, y'all greedy. Give them an inch, they take them out. Good grief.
Yeah, so yeah, we tokenize the land, we tokenize the stocks, rates, all that. Now, if you go to the earlier episodes, you see what I mean too, because I did talk about, like how you could dive into real estate, through the crypto market too. Oh man,
greedy. Greedy.
Yeah, greedy. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, even I admit it. I'm gonna get greedy along with it too. All these shares.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I can't blame it. Good grief.
Yeah, man, they trying to engulf all the markets.
Bro, they're trying to do everything. I'm like, slow down. Like,
yeah, they even tokenize the shoes. How does that work?
You tell me. This is your field.
And then that's how cryptos get complicated sometimes, because stuff be throwing me off to this day.
Throwing me off too. I'm like, bro, this is not my field. I understand some of the stuff.
It's like it's endless with them. It's like you're in a vortex that just gets, you just sinking deeper and deeper. You go.
It's like a never-ending abyss.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Especially with the crypto market, it's a never-ending abyss. And then the crazy thing is, we haven't even been out that long compared to other markets. We barely passed a decade. But
that's
now, yeah, barely past a decade. But now, like, you're seeing, like, how like the relationship between stocks and cryptos. Now you're seeing it. You could dive into the crypto market, a little bit, like, and still be in the stock market, or you want to get in the stocks and still, be in the crypto. So, instead of just, buying a stock here, like on Robinhood or somewhere else, and then, just bouncing from one exchange to another, you can still buy stocks in crypto form, still be in the crypto market. But it's just limited options, yeah. And, oh man,
it might be limited options, but it's still options, and that brings you to the other one. I know y'all greedy, but I'm gonna take a bite of this. They got they got option trading in crypto too. And just seconds ago, I was talking about y'all being greedy. I heard that. I was like, oh, y'all do options over there? Like, I didn't hear about this.
I just found out about it not too long ago too.
Yeah, you can do options trading in crypto. I said, oh, I think I'm gonna have to do my little research.
Yep, and they got some exchanges for it too. Like and then it's crazy. Like, one of these exchanges I kept hearing about, but I just ignored it. I didn't even look it up or nothing. And then I could have been found out about options trading in.
Shoot, I wish I did.
Yeah, the way I found out is through a disaster, like Terra Luna. And then how that, and what I mean by that was, there were whales that betted against it months before it crashed. At that too, it was like, watch, this stablecoin is going to sink, and then they made a killing off it. So there's people that lost millions that had their money in there, but there's also people that made millions off that disaster that betted against it.
And it was probably some of the I don't want to call them lower class, but people that's not higher ups was watching the whales, looking at the reason why they betting against it. Again, they get the news or get red flags way before us. So watch what they do. If all of them are betting against it, they're doing it for a reason. It may not be at that very specific moment, but they know somewhere in the near future, something's going to happen. And like I said, whales, they're called whales because they make the biggest splash in the sea. We're just small little fish. We can't do nothing but ride the wave. So that's what we do. We watch them. We see the wave, we catch it, and we ride it.
Yeah, that's true. Even a unbearable bull who, managed to be successful in crypto, and he still makes content on YouTube. He said the exact same thing, It's like, yeah, just know that you're not smarter than these whales because they got more access to information, within these markets than you do. And, just watch what they do and copy and paste, basically.
Exactly. They move with so much liquidity too. At that, you can't do nothing against it. I said, you can just ride the wave. That's all you can do. See the wave, catch it, and ride it. And know when to get out. Know when to get out the wave too, because you might crash.
Oh yeah, definitely know when to get out too, because you can lose money trying to do the exact same thing somebody else doing. You don't know what you're doing, so you got to have some type of knowledge too. Like some type of knowledge, like being in this field, like we said before, requires doing research, and what you do determines how hard you got to study, especially when people want this instant gratification, when they want their money fast. You got to learn that skill, man, because that takes skill. That's time to market, because that's very hard to do.
It is. It takes a lot. Takes a lot of learning and research, but just basically watch what the whales do. They're doing it for a reason. They got more information than us, and they get their information long before we even catch wind of it. So they're already making their moves. By the time you see the effects, they already made their battle plan. Made it. The plan has already been executed. They're just waiting for it to happen, and we feel the effects of it. That's why I say you got to catch the wave.
Oh yeah. The retail, especially, definitely feel the effects of all this, especially when it's the negative effects. Because they they do the opposite. Like often buy when it's green and then sell when it's red is one of the things.
That's something you gotta learn. Something you gotta learn while doing these options. And like I said, bring us back. Cryptos have options. So from what we've been researching, it works the same way as normal options and stocks, except you're just dealing with cryptocurrency. It's going to work the exact same way. You can place calls where essentially, essentially you're betting that the price will go up, and they have puts where you're just betting that the price will go down. It works the same way. So as far as I can see, I think they only have it for Bitcoin for right now. Like I said, I'm still going to do more research into it because I'm definitely going to hop into that.
Oh yeah, that's right in your field right there.
Exactly. I'm like, you land in the backyard.
The backyard at that, where everything goes down.
In the backyard, like you in mouth waters.
Yeah, you the whale, you the shark, or whatever you want. Call yourself a squid if you want to.
Yeah, that's definitely a whale. It'll be nice.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it'd be nice. So yeah, like we said, now cryptos, like we just looked at them as coins that you pay people with, especially the beginners. But now you see it how they're doing different things. Now they're becoming more and more like stocks while they're trying to take over every market at that.
Exactly. So, greedy.
Yeah, greedy. Yeah, that's the word for it. Hey, greedy. Man, we're going to put that as a hashtag, right? But yeah, so like all of this is to appeal to different investors, because people do have different ways of doing things. They have different ways of thinking, and then they have different strategies at that too. So yeah, like basically leading to one word: options like that. Options and greedy. So yeah, you can be as greedy as you want to be. And then not only that, but there's also another way you can like get the benefits of crypto within the stock market too, without actually buying the cryptos. And then that's investing in like blockchain type companies, which are, some I looked at are pretty cheap right now. One of them's the Graph blockchain. So for those of y'all, I mentioned blockchain before, but I'm gonna describe it again to the beginners a little bit. Especially for the new people that come across this episode. So blockchain, I already said, is the core technology in crypto, but blockchain is another way of programming. So it's another way to like hold the information and make it visible and secure. So yeah, you can see it, but you can't. But it's hard to change. No, so it stays the way it is. It's more secure. So it's another way to have store information. So, and then that's the core technology for crypto right there. Especially when you look at these transactions, that it is what it is. So with the Grab blockchain, the company makes it easier for people to take advantage of blockchain technology. So they have small companies, so they have more than one type of company. One of them that takes advantage of NFTs. So I forgot the name of it. It's probably Nifty. And what they do is they hire artists too. So they bring the artists on that platform and then turn their art into NFTs so they can make money off it. Because you know how crazy NFTs is going on nowadays, right? Like artists already making money off it right now. But now there's a company you can join to actually do that. So that's yeah. So that's one of the things right there. Then they also got like another platform where it's easier to buy cryptos, buy your shares at a lower price at that too. Because a lot of us, we see these cryptos exploding, but we're like, man, how do we get in on it? Like, how do we know about this or get in on this at the floor price? You know, like when it was under a penny or just pennies. And then you look at some of them and you just don't know how to get them. Like you have to go through, some things to get some of these coins. Like Veli mentioned, like flashback. Like, oh yeah, you got to go through all this to get this legendary coin.
Yeah.
which is episode 2. Recap.
Yeah, you gotta buy this, trade that, sell this, hold on to this for a little while. Just to get this one coin, like
to get this legendary coin. Look like you. It made it sound like you had to go through a quest to get this unlock.
it basically is like.
I mean, yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying because I've been through it too. You have to learn how to do trading pairs and then make a limit trade. Set a price and all that, or just go to a site, find out what you got to swap. And but now they're trying to make it easier to get certain coins at a cheap price at that too, and then make it easier for you to have access to them instead of just going through the complicated ways of doing it. So they're doing more than one thing where you can take advantage, of the crypto market and and blockchain too. So it's called the Graph blockchain, and it's way cheaper than when I first looked at it. So now it's like either 10 or 2 cents, but it's at the time of this episode. So I'm not saying buy it, but I'm saying it's just something to look at. So I was just using this as an example right there, how people can benefit from like cryptos and blockchain while still investing in stocks. You can invest in the whole blockchain company, which is the Graph blockchain. You can also invest in a mining company too, and which I should have kept my money in, which was like Canaan. When I was buying it for $3, they went up to 20, but I sold it being impatient, so I couldn't get them gains. And then they were selling Bitcoin mining rigs. Yeah, so I should have kept my money in that too. But these, two companies, are of examples of how you can, benefit, from these, just put your money in these crypto companies. And then there's also companies who made coins starting their IPO, like Ripple's getting ready to start their IPO. I don't know when, but that's what they're doing though. You're getting ready to start their IPO, and then you already talked about how they made XRP and how they're this big blockchain software company with a lot of partnerships with these big banks and institutions. So And then Coinbase, and then another good example is Coinbase already came out with their stock, but their stock was already expensive though. And for those of y'all who don't know what Coinbase is, Coinbase that I mentioned in the earlier episodes, but I'm gonna describe it again. So Coinbase is an exchange that where you can buy cryptos off of, instantly at that too, because all you need is your card. So you can use your card on that site, like where you set up your account, and you can start buying whatever coins listed, especially Bitcoin, Ethereum, XLM, whatever they got listed. You can buy it instantly. But I recommend you take them off, put them in a wallet, but because they're not meant to be kept on the exchanges. Because if you keep it on the exchanges, they have possession of your coins. Whatever happens on that site, you can't even touch your coins till they come back up. And you can get hacked easily too.
I will say it's the same thing for the stock exchanges too. Robinhood, Webull, they both allow you to purchase crypto on their sites. And I think they have their own wallet too, but I'm in the same sense with money. I would take them off and just put them in a private wallet.
Yeah, whether it's software or hardware, at least hold your own private keys. But that's the bad thing, about exchanges. You can't keep your cryptos on there. They're just meant for buying and just send it to whatever wallet you send it to. But Coinbase is the easiest though.
Yeah, it's the easiest, and Coinbase has more. But like Robinhood and Webull, I think Robinhood does have their wallet now. Or they're in the process of making it, or I think they already have it. I haven't really paid too much attention to it because I'm not even going to deal with it. Because I purchased cryptos off there before. I didn't have a bad experience. I know it's best to hold them in your own personal wallet or private keys. But if you're only holding it for the short term, like very short term, do what you do. But I wouldn't hold an excessive amount of currency on there if I were you. Just if it's a small amount and you're holding it for a short term, you're going to trade it, do what you want to do. But again, this isn't financial advice. This is just personal opinion.
Yeah, this is not financial advice. This is my personal opinion too. And it's okay, because sometimes I had to wait. No, I don't have to wait no more. But I remember when I started investing in cryptos, I was in Binance.us, and I had to wait a week, for my purchase to settle. So I bought the cryptos, but they had to keep them. But they had to keep them in there for a whole week before I could take them off. They were still safe, even though I didn't like waiting that long. Still, a week, is actually, long enough. It ain't too much, but I'm not even holding my coins on that for a week, in my opinion. It's just something I had to do. So I held coins on exchange for a week before, but just because that they needed that for a week, they needed to hold it. And sometimes it was 3 days. It depends on like what you're paying for with your card or account. I don't know if they do it anymore though, because I haven't used Binance.us to other ways of buying crypto. As I got better at buying the harder stuff. Now, quote unquote, these legendary coins. But that's my quest right there.
Yeah, quest you've completed and got experience points for many times.
Yep, still going, still racking up points and rewards. But yeah, I'm gonna stop right there with that though. But yeah, investing in blockchain companies or companies that's involved, with crypto activity is if you're still in the stock market, you can benefit from crypto that way too.
I mean, there's another relation as well with the stocks. Yeah, I just want to steal everything. They got bonds too.
Yep. Yeah,
like,
they got bonds
too. Like, what are y'all not doing? Like, y'all just doing it out here.
That's what I mean by engulfing all the markets, and then being greedy. Because there's something called NFT bonds now Now, you know how I mentioned NFT earlier, with the artists. They're not just art now. They can be bonds. So y'all wondering how can an NFT, be a bond? So what NFTs, anything can be, a token, or crypto. It's not coins. NFTs can be paintings. They can be music. It's anything you can take and put it on a blockchain. You just put it on a blockchain. Now it's an NFT. So yeah, it could be paintings. It could be music. It could be video game characters. Like Axie Infinity, you find with these monsters that you buy are NFTs. Or if you have a shooting game, those guns are NFTs because you can treat them like coins too. You can also buy them, sell them, and rent them out. So that's what NFTs are. You can take something, put it on a blockchain, and then you can sell it like it's a coin or do whatever, like it's a regular crypto. But they're not. They're not an actual coin. Because all coins. You talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum. No matter which one you got, they still a Bitcoin or Ethereum. NFTs, are different things. And then how the person, then they have a contract too, or a link. So the person often gets paid in royalties, whoever you bought it from first. And then if you sell it, you have to give like a percentage to them. So that's how they can work also. But other than that though, there are NFT bonds. And there's a company called Treasury XRPL. So they literally acting like a treasury that hands out bonds. So with Treasury XRPL, as I mentioned before, within the beginning episodes, they have like different. They have art. These bonds have a certain art, and then they make them look like gold coins or gold bars or gold plaques, each worth a different amount of their certain coin. So, like a bond, you have it, you wait till it matures, and then you get more money for it when you sell it. So it's the same exact thing with those NFTs. Those NFTs are doing the exact thing. And then so when they mature, whether you have the coin NFTs or that gold bar bond NFT or the plaque, wait till it matures, and then you get paid in more of those treasury coins they got. So that's what I mean by the NFT bonds. Yeah, the NFTs that literally act just like bonds.
Now, another thing we might have to research is the maturity dates. Like, do they have certain categories? Because I know in normal bonds you have short term, medium or intermediate, and then you have long term for maturity dates. Because normal bonds, you use for a short term, it's like 1 to 3 years, and then it matures, you can sell it. Intermediate, like 4 to 10 years, I think, for it to mature, then sell it. And they have long term, which is 10 years and up. So we still got to do research to see if those certain aspects are the same as normal bonds.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what I just thought of?
What?
And then you know how cryptos still be having like a faster rate than normal stuff, even though they're doing the same thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if it takes just a year or 6 months to reach maturity. But I'm just saying it though. But I'm not saying it is. No, I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if it was a faster, or it had a faster way of maturing.
It probably does, or if not speeding up the maturity process, is the interest built up on it. I wonder how that works, because stocks, is already a certain percentage, but with cryptos, depending on which one you get and how they set it, the interest is pretty crazy on it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, cryptos be normally having a higher interest, than banks and stocks too. And I'm talking about when I'm talking about higher, I'm talking about a ridiculous amount of interest.
Like usually,
yeah,
triple.
Yeah, all the way up to 40%. And then I'm hearing from some people 50. Just quoting them though, 50%. But yeah, I definitely seen like 40 and then 41%. which is, you already know what I'm talking about. Hex. Yeah, and then the crazy thing about it is, since I mentioned banks, those time deposits, like certificate of deposits.
Yeah.
You're locking money up. Well, yeah, they got a blockchain time deposit, and that's Hex is literally a digital time deposit with more interest, like 40%.
It's literally like they're just grabbing, oh yeah, we can do this. What's that? Yeah, we're gonna do that too.
Yeah, we can do this better. We can do that better.
What's this? I don't know what it is, but we're gonna do it.
Oh man. Yeah, that's crazy. Yep. I mean, same thing. Now you can get cryptos recycling. Pay you them coins.
I mean, hey, you make money off it. Do what you got to do. I'm not mad at you.
Yeah, do what you got to do. And then since we're talking about like bonds, that's what I'm gonna get into right there, because we already talked about ETFs, but then there's something called ETNs too, exchange traded notes. So yeah, I mean, it works like a bond too. But now Tron, and I'm gonna explain what Tron is too. So there's a crypto company called Tron that's doing the Tron ETNs. So what Tron is it's a network that owned by Justin Sun, like or I'm gonna say founded, owned and Sun, who made the TRX blockchain. So Tron's also blockchain too. Tron works like Ethereum, where they have a lot of projects built up off it, and then and those come in tokens. So it works just like Ethereum, but faster. And Tron's actual crypto, and it's cheap too. So now they have Tron ETNs. So when you buy shares of that, and then wait for them to mature, and then you sell it back. I mean, it's just like a bond. It works just like a bond. So I'm thinking they did it with these NFT bonds and stuff. Now they're doing it with Tron now, and that kind of rhymes too. But yeah, like now you see like the relation. Cryptos are jumping into stocks is jumping into crypto.
Exactly. That's why, hence the name of the episode, the bond between cryptos and stocks.
Yep. Yeah, because they definitely do have a bond, and we're seeing it more and more over time too. And then if you look at it, like if you just even research it for like 10 minutes, you'll probably know a lot more, or just see a lot more than you did before. Bars. Oh man. But yeah, so whether you research just two of these markets or three markets, it's like what we said before, they all related in some way. They have their differences, but they're related at the same time.
That is true. Regardless, you're dealing with cryptos and stocks, they're all related. And at the end of the day, they both deal with money. So how can you hate either one?
Yeah, how can you hate either one? Especially if you know how to make. I mean, you can make money in all these. It just depends on the person, and their strategy too. But yeah, you can, like, no matter where you go, stocks ain't going nowhere just because crypto is trying to take over everything. It's just going to be alongside it.
Exactly. They're just coming along for the ride. And then we built the road for them. I guess that they're trying to be the successors.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day too, like when people ask me, what's the point of this? Especially when I mention virtual real estate, which is in episode 6. But then if they start asking me what's the point of like what we talked about, I'd be like, hey, it's just another way to make money, man. It's options. That's what it is.
Just literally giving you options. Like I said, there's different paths to make money. You don't necessarily have to do cryptos. You don't necessarily have to do stocks. You don't necessarily have to do real estate. You want to do business. Other way, if you're just trying to open your eyes to other avenues.
Yeah, and which is why businesses are doing like certain businesses, just like I said, Ripple are doing stocks and cryptos at the same time. Like, oh yeah, let's start an IPO, but we're gonna put out these crypto products too. It's just bringing in more money.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just a money scheme. I know everything got all this bells and whistles. At the end of the day, it's just another way to rake in more money.
Yeah, it is just another way to rake in more money. So yeah, whether you want to do just stocks or you just want to do just cryptos, or you could just do both easily.
Yep, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and especially, if one of us make it and what we're doing, really making in stocks and not making in cryptos, I'm pretty sure we're still going to be jumping in each other's markets too.
I definitely
want to be greedy.
I definitely am. As soon as I found out they had options in crypto, I was like, oh. I think I'm going to go check that out. Yeah, I'm going to check that out.
Man, I used to get bonds too. And then, regular bonds. And now, I'm looking at NFT bonds too. I'm like, it literally made me want to jump in there. I was like, nah, I got to focus what I'm doing first. I'm all over the place. So sometimes there is a stopping point depending on what you got going on.
I mean, if you can do it, if you can handle it, go ahead, but don't spread yourself too thin.
Yeah, don't. So, I mean, still not financial advice. We ain't no financial advisors. Just voicing our opinions, and it's just for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, we just like talking about money. Ain't that right, money?
Oh, yeah. Money talks, too.
We hear it.
Yeah, we hear it now. We hear it from different directions because we got stocks, we got real estate, we got cryptos, got bonds.
We got money to us.
We hear multiple voices. Yeah, man. Yeah, we just talking about money. We ain't rich. That's what we're doing. We talk about money. That's all we talk about in this podcast, and that's why we're here. But other than that,
a little bit of philosophy later on, but that's for another day.
Oh yeah, that's for another day. Possibly another episode. Possibly another season. But we're getting there, and we're progressing as we go along too. As you can see with the sound quality, and then we're gonna be presenting this stuff sooner. So like show y'all some charts, especially when we talk about reference. There's literally graphs of that what they doing with this stuff.
Yeah, we definitely got to get locked down on that and put that out there.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. But yeah, this Money and Belly right here. And welcome newcomers. And we still got a lot more to put out.
Yes, sir.
A whole lot more. So if you haven't, caught up, go to the earlier episodes if you had to. It's beginner friendly, and we're still beginner friendly so far, but it ain't gonna be for long. We're just gonna blast off.
For real. So while y'all out here, run up the likes, the views, comment, subscribe, YouTube, other platforms, Instagram, even TikTok, where we post little shorts and bloopers if y'all want to check that out. And it's under the same name as the podcast, just Money and Belly.
Yeah, under the same name. So what you're looking at right now is the main series, but the side series is on, just on the social medias, Instagram and TikTok, only on the official pages.
Yes, sir. The Below Zero series, where it get colder.
where it get colder. Yeah, we got episode 0, -1, -2.
Don't option off our episodes like that. Gotta start speed running through the episodes.
I had to make it to that last 15. The finish line vision in my head right there, virtual one.
But either way, like I said, come check us out. Below Zero series on TikTok and Instagram. And like I said, we post bloopers on there as well. So you get to see a little bit of a different side to us. But, I think we'll close it out on this note. Hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Make sure y'all comment. We need the criticism, but, we'll catch y'all next time. Enjoy yourselves.
All right, enjoy yourselves, man. Until next time.